Okay, so today we continue. We started actually a new class, the Shabbos kitchen. So here's the book, right? Same series, and we're going to start with the Sefer Shmiras Haloshon, and I'm on page 231, and the topic is the need to talk. Okay. People who find themselves inclined toward the melancholy feel need to speak freely to others and are, understandably, afraid to focus themselves on developing quality of silence. So somebody is a melancholy, they need to talk. And some people, they need to talk a lot. That's the problem, right? As we understand. Why is it a problem? Should this be the case, one should at least accustom himself not to speak about others, whoever they might be. His friendly conversation should focus on the matters of the interest and not on the people of interest. When he does find it necessary to discuss others, he should be as brief as possible. So what are we talking about? So a person need to talk, he's in melancholy, maybe depression, right? Any questions? Or somebody, could you put us on mute? Whoever is not on mute, please. Could you put us on mute? Okay. So basically we're saying, so okay, this person, thank you. So this person is in depression, okay? Is in depression, or melancholy. Okay, they need to talk. Don't talk about people. So if people start discuss people, for sure they're going to say Haloshon for sure, guarantee 100%, right? So the HaShem say at least say talk as less as possible. Okay, continue. I have heard it said regarding the great Torah genius, regarding Rabbi Raphael of Hamburg, that he resigned his post as a rabbi 4 years prior to his passing. From this time on, he would ask those who visited him that as long as they are within his confines of the confines of his home, they should not speak about other people. Right. So it's very important to learn another lesson from here. So in your house, you have to have rules, and everybody who comes to a house have to comply. They must comply. They cannot just do what they want, right? In their house or on the street, they can do whatever they want. But in your house, you say, that's my rule. So I say only kosher food in my house. Nobody comes and brings not kosher. I say if you come at my house, right? For example, what is it? Like when on Friday night, don't bring me any gifts. Why? Because it's too late. Because you come after the nightfall, right? So don't bring me flowers. Don't bring this. Don't bring that. That's the rule. So we have to be very strict with our rules, right? So this rabbi said, okay, no discussing people in my house. That's the rule. Continue. I have also heard regarding another leader of his generation that he was extremely careful, never discuss others. So that's so the Haloshon Hara starts when we start discussing people. Okay. So the commentary says that toward the end of his life, the Chofetz Chaim was visited by someone who broached the subject of the dispute in his hometown. The Chofetz Chaim interrupted him for years. I have avoided the sin of Haloshon Hara. Do you wish that I now be caught in its web? So basically, you're not obligated to involve in all of the machlokes. And as we said before, like all of the disputes, stay away. So now this person from different town comes to tell the Chofetz Chaim or anyone what is going on in his town. We're not allowed to listen to this. Certainly, one must be careful not to discuss shopkeeper with his competitor. Mm-hmm. So person can say, look, you give us such a nice service, but this guy 2 blocks from here, not good. So basically, like you prompt this shopkeeper start talking about his competitor. That's your fault, basically, right? Nor a craftsman with the other members of his craft. Such conversation often lead to Haloshon hara. I mean, I would say always, especially when the shopkeepers or craftsmen are known to bear ill will toward one another. I mean, I think they would always bear ill will unless they're very religious. Why? Because the guy would say, look, I've been in this neighborhood for 20 years. So this guy moved in. So now he steals my parnasa. I mean, okay, he might say that. Continue. This restriction applies not only to the singing, the shopkeeper praises, regarding which I would say just one should never speak the praises of his fellow exceedingly, for the praise will inevitably lead to criticism. So what does it all mean? So we said before that when you praise someone, right, in front of other people, so these people come and say, you like that guy? You like this guy Steve? You really like it? You know what he did? You know what he did? And then he scratched this car and that car, and he did this and that, and he borrowed money from this guy and that guy. So basically, it's true, not sure, it doesn't make any difference. But because we try to give somebody compliment in front of the other people, it turned out the opposite. Right? So, and again, it's our fault. So why? Because we had to learn what Chafetz Chaim has to say. Commentary. When one praises another exceedingly, so basically, if it's your mutual friend and you hold very high of him, so there's no problem. Not exceedingly, up to, right, not too much, basically, right? So in this case, it would be permitted, but otherwise, it's not permitted. When one praises another person's exceedingly, it is inevitable that the speaker or someone else present will point out to one or more subject faults, right? One should refrain entirely from discussing an individual with a person's competitor. Okay. You can ask them. So how's this competition? New guy that moved in. I mean, that's you playing with atomic bomb. I mean, he's going to tell everything that he thinks about this guy. So absolutely not allowed. Right? For the listener, will quite possibly steer the conversation in the direction and will allow himself to vent the negative feelings. If one finds it absolutely necessary to engage in such discussion, I'm not sure why. I mean, okay, for some constructive purpose, okay, there are constructive purposes, he should keep the conversation as brief as possible. Otherwise, it will inevitably lead to Haloshon hara. So as we said before, there is some situations when we are allowed to speak Haloshon hara for constructive purpose, right? But it must be as short as possible. Okay, so let's start the words of Shabbos. We start with page number 1. So I'm going to skip overview. It's very interesting, but chapter 1 and page also 1. And the topic is getting ready for Shabbos. Introduction. Every person should arise early on Friday to begin preparing for Shabbos and begin his preparation immediately after davening. So first, as we said, as we learned in our Kitzur Shulchan Aruch class, first, a person must daven. He must pray to HaShem, thank him, and only after that tend to his personal affairs. So if he need to go like on a trip, he need to go to airport and stuff like that, so at least he has to say the morning blessings, blessing of the Torah learning, Shema, right? And then with all of the paragraphs, of course, and then he can only go, right, drive somewhere, let's say, and then if he's going to pray in that place, it's also possible. If it's far away or whatever the situation is. So basically, first he has to pray, then he should start preparation for Shabbos. And then begins his preparation immediately after dawn. Okay. However, the Torah study session and the regularly follow the morning prayers should be completed first. So, of course, the Shabbos is very important, but Torah, I mean, the learning, if somebody have a set schedule, so every morning after the downing, he learns or she learns for another 15 minutes, 20 minutes, that's the must. Right? So don't change your schedule. Okay. Continue. Every person, even a Torah scholar, should make a point of preparing for something in honor of Shabbos. So, and it's very interesting. So, let's say this rabbi has I don't know seven girls of I don't know 7 girls and a wife. So he has more than enough people to take care of the Shabbos needs. And we still say even he must do something with his hands in honor of Shabbos. Nobody's exception. So Shabbos is a queen, so you have to nullify yourself for the queen. And I heard this interesting story I want to share from Rabbi Reuven. So he said this story about Abba Shul Zatzal. Right? He was a great Sephardic rabbi. He was Chavrusa of Rabbi Avadia Yosef Zatzal, right? So, and he was a great rabbi, of course, very busy in his yeshiva, answering questions, taking the visitors and talking to them. Very busy person. And one younger fellow, right? So he just got married, I don't know, maybe a few months ago, and he had already shalom bayis issues, basically no peace in the family with his wife and stuff like that. And he was trying to talk to Rav, but there's other people with Rav, so he could not get through. And once he had an idea, the guy who lived in the same building with the rabbi, and he had a grocery. Right, so he came to the grocery store and said, "My friend, I have this issue. Why don't you? Can you help me?" That person said, "Yeah, I can help you." So you know what? If you want, every Friday morning, 10 a.m., I do delivery to this great rabbi, right, Abba Shul Zatzal, and come with me. So I'm loading my groceries. Right, it takes me 5 minutes, 7 minutes. So you have these 7 minutes. He also greets me. He always talks to me. So I'm going to forego the talking with the great rabbi for you. So you can talk to him, ask him a question. Okay. So that time they came a little late. Whatever happened. So the boy came with his grocery, and they came late, maybe half an hour late. And they knock at the door. The door opens, and the rabbi is doing a sponge bath, right? A sponge bath, like in Israel, they have the stone floors, and they put a lot of water, and they have a drain, like in a floor, right? The drain, and they put a lot of water and a lot of soap, and that's they put it sponge or whatever they call it, right? And they saw Rabbi. That's exactly what he's doing, right? So this grocer, like he was ready to faint. He's a rabbi. What are you doing? He said. What do I mean? I'm washing the floors, but he said, Rabbi, please, it's such a disrespect to the Torah. Let me do it. He said, no, you cannot wash my floors as good as I am. I'm very good. I'm the best in my house. He said, I'm the best in washing the floors. So this guy, he said, I apologize, we were late. He's a grocery. And by the way, Rabbi, there is somebody who wants to talk to you. Right? He said, okay, sure. And this grocer turns back. There is nobody else. There is nobody behind. So this boy left. So the grocer went back to his grocery and stuff like that. And after next day is Friday, Sunday, this guy show up, this younger guy. So this grocer said, look, you embarrassed me before the rabbi. I said there is somebody, and he said, bring him in, and there is nobody. I looked like a fool. Why did he do this to me? He said, you know what, when I saw that Rabbi was doing, right, when he was washing the floor in honor of Shabbos, I understood the problem is not in Sholem Bayis, the problem is in my head. The problem is with me. There is no problem with him, the problem is with me. So that's a good story. So everybody must participate in the preparation of Shabbos. Doesn't matter how great you are. Preparations for Shabbos should be performed with the happiness and enthusiasm. Okay. One should imagine how excited he would be to prepare for a royal guest. So if you know royal guest is coming to you, great rabbi, and he's going to stay in your house. I mean, of course, you're not going to spare any effort to clean up, to make it as presentable as possible. How much more excited should he be to welcome the Holy Shabbos? So Shabbos is a queen. So queen is coming, of course. Right? If we can do it if we would do it for the guest of the flesh and blood, for sure we have to do it for the Holy Shabbos. It is written that the sweat that one works up while preparing for Shabbos has the same power to wipe away the sins as the tears do. So we know it's a very interesting statement, very strong statement, right? So it says that after the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, the gates of the prayers are closed, right? But the gates of the tears are open. So so we have to pray if some dire situation, you have to cry. Men, women, doesn't matter. The gate has the same. So a person has to cry, right? And we know that many times when a person when he cries and he tries to do teshuva, she's trying to do teshuva, trying to get closer to HaShem, right? So these tears erase the sin, and the same applies to the sweat. Sweat that when we work preparation for Shabbos, so this sweat also equivalent to the tears. Wipe away the sins. So it's good to sweat and work a lot for preparation of Shabbos. Continue. Part number 2. Shopping for Shabbos. When shopping or preparing for Shabbos, it is preferable to state that this is being done in honor of Shabbos. So whatever you buy, now we're going to talk about food, but basically even in clothes, whatever you buy new outfit, new whatever. So you said this is for Shabbos, and it's proper to wear this thing, whatever you bought. I mean, if it's like dressy, so you have to wear it for Shabbos. So it's like you show down. Even though the next day you're going to wear, like the night after Shabbos, you're going to wear it for a weekday. Still, it's a proper to honor Shabbos with some new things if you have, if you need to, basically. Okay, continue. And you always say Lekovat Shabbos. The Poskin mentioned that if it is better to buy items required for Shabbos on Friday rather than on Thursday. When a person buys something on Friday, it is more apparent that the item is being purchased in honor of Shabbos. So, I mean, I would say it would apply to the olden days, not today. I mean, if you go to the Jewish supermarket in the morning, the whole day, it's crazy. You would spend many hours, waste many hours in line. You understand? And stuff is not there. And so, I mean, that's not a good idea unless you open on Friday, and that's what you can do. Okay, right? However, this applies only on to food. So I mean, the supermarket by me, they work till 11 till midnight on Thursday. On Thursday, they midnight. Some of them till 1 a.m. So basically, it's a Jewish schedule. On Friday, I mean, it's always a short day, but on Thursday, when most of the people shop, they open very late. So continue. However, yeah, go ahead.
So I'm not clear. So it's the preparation for Shabbos. It would be on Sunday or Friday. What is better?
No, Friday. So when he said, the rabbi said, if you do it on Friday, it's apparent that you do it for Shabbos. So if it's on Sunday, maybe it's for Sunday, maybe it's for Tuesday. Who knows? You understand?
Yes, but
So
I hear many
the
times.
closer it's to the day, the more apparent that you're doing for that day specifically.
So it's not better to prepare for Shabbos directly on Sunday?
It is. I mean, it's not apparent.
Thinking about
But
Shabbos.
if you say, we're going to speak about it. So if you say like out loud, right? You say, I buy this piece of cheese in honor of Shabbos, right? I buy this coffee. I want to drink this coffee on Shabbos. So that's a preparation for Shabbos. Yes. So as I said, like few times in our life, because of some circumstances, we had to go shopping Thursday night. It was a nightmare. So everybody's there, and many women, they would bring their kids because who their kids are going to stay with at home. You understand? So it's so many people. It's crazy. So of course it's better to go another day. Absolutely. And plus, some people are working on Friday, right? You have to also remember people working half a day. Like I used to work on Fridays. Okay. So continue. Friday more parent. Okay. However, this applies only to food items that do not require a lot of preparation. For example, drinks. Food items that require extensive preparation, such as meat, fish, chicken, may be brought on Thursday or even before Thursday if necessary. I mean, so okay. But as I said, you have to be practical, right? If you live in a neighborhood when if you go there on Thursday night and they're not going to be like it's going to be usual lines, yeah, go there. But where we shop, it's not. It's crazy. It's crazy there. Like a lot of people. Baruch HaShem. Continue. We mentioned above that the preparation for Shabbos should not be done before davening. So it's very, very important. So first you pray to HaShem, you thank Him, you do whatever you need, then you take care of your business. Personal affairs, and this applies to buying food items for Shabbos as well. So of course, Shabbos is very important, but first you have to daven. So go to earlier minyan. That's it. However, if one is afraid that the item will not be available before he davens, he may purchase it before davening. After he davens, he may purchase it before davening, provided he will still have time to daven before the time of tefillah concludes. So, okay, so they say, I don't know what, in all the days they would have a markets, right? So these people from the villages would come, they bring their produce, they sell the produce and they leave. Basically, they would take as much as they can sell, right? So, or in this case, I'm not sure, like maybe some farmer's market or well, whatever is it. So if you're going to pray and they're going to close the market or they're going to sell out whatever you need, so you're allowed to go right before the prayers. Only they say only if you will be able to finish your prayers on time. So what does it mean? So we should remember that we have the latest time for Shema, right? And we have the latest time for praying in general. So if for example, a person missed this latest time for Shema, where we live, it's I don't know, like 9:38, something like that. So if person did not complete the Shema, this is blessing until 9:38, so he missed the mitzvah. He still has to do it, but the mitzvah is no longer there. But he still must pray Shacharis until there is a latest time for Shacharis, as it says we use MyZmanim. There is MyZmanim.com. That's a good source to know where's the latest time or where's the earliest time for praying. Okay. Just one second. We say that. Okay. In addition, one should recite Birchas HaTorah, right? The blessing of the Torah study, and Shema before purchasing the item. So that's very important. For women, it would be sufficient to recite Birchas HaShachar before beginning Shabbos preparation. So for women, since the women exempt from all of the mitzvahs that are connected to time. So basically, a woman must pray, but right, she might pick the time when she's going to pray. So if she wants to pray in the morning, so she can pray Shacharis. If the time for Shacharis passed, so she cannot pray the Shacharis, right? So she must. If time for Mincha arrives, so she would pray Mincha, right? I mean, it's up to her. So, but everything must be in the proper time. Okay. Continue. So, at least as it says here, at least she should say the morning blessings. Okay. Part number 3. Preparing the house. Cleaning the house. A house must be cleaned in honor of Shabbos. Here too, one should imagine how hard he would work to prepare for mortal king, if the mortal king was coming to visit his home. How much harder should he work to prepare for Shabbos clean? So it's the same concept. Everything must be clean. Of course, if the person is working the whole week and let's say even Friday is short day, it's not enough time to clean the house. So they have to start cleaning before that time, of course. Be covered and set in the table. The table where the meal will be eaten should be covered with a tablecloth in honor of Shabbos. So also when you buy a tablecloth, nice one, so I say it's in honor of Shabbos. Preferably all tables that will be used on Shabbos should be covered. So I mean, if you need to cover. So I mean, if you have like countertop and you prefer not to cover, so don't cover, right? And should remain covered the entire Shabbos. Okay, so basically the table where you eat from and all of the tables that maybe you where you eat, when you put like dirty dishes, so you also can cover. Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
The other day I was watching a video about a synagogue which was prepared for Shabbos. This synagogue had covers on tables in white. They have the Shabbos dinner there in the. It was like a color.
Yes. No, it's possible. So sometime in some synagogues they have a community dinner. Is it always in some when they're not so religious, they would have. But if in religious community they would not have. Like if every person is going to bring his family and his 7 kids, and some of them are little, you understand? It's going to be messy. It's going to be very loud. Everybody would go crazy. So we prefer. If the single people and this and that, so that they don't have place to go. So yes, they or once in a while, that they will make such a like community dinner. But usually no.
It was a very big synagogue in a religious neighborhood or city in Israel.
It's possible that they have some celebration. For example, there is a celebration of bar mitzvah, right? So the boy turns 13. It's a big. Some people make a huge celebration, even though they should not. But and they have all of the guests coming from all over the world. You understand? Uncles, aunts, all of these cousins and stuff like that. So they cannot feed them at home. There is no room, so they would rent the synagogue and make a party there. There is no problem.
So my question is, because the visitor, Shabbos was about to start in that video, and the visitor was, I think it was a tourist from Argentina, and he taught this cover. Is it allowed or forbidden to touch this cover on the table?
He did what? I didn't get. He
touched the cover.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
It's not proper. So I tell you, when you go to Israel and you go to Koisel, to the Western Wall, right? And it's Friday, it's Shabbos day. So these tourists from all over the world, the Chinese start like taking pictures. Even though there's a huge sign, don't take pictures. Look, we are praying. You know, so that's serious business. Like, why would you take don't you understand that it's embarrassing? And so we're doing something here. I mean, maybe for you it's nothing, and in a few hours you're going somewhere on the road. But for us, it's our praying time. You know, so some people they don't have the sense of what is right and what is wrong. Okay. Any other questions? Continue.
yes, but one little thing more about this, because the thing is, I saw this cover so white, so clean.
Yes.
I got surprised that the visitor touched it. Maybe he put some tuma on the.
No. They cannot put tuma on there. No words.
Okay.
Yes. So I mean, many people prefer only the white tablecloth, right? But I mean, we don't like anything white. We've been very good without white. So we use cover, and you can put the plastic on top if you want. You can put the plastic. Otherwise, if you have kids, if you have gas, this white is very good when it's brand new. But somebody spilled the wine, right? Like they drop some salad with olive oil or some like. That's it. Your white tablecloth is gone. Okay. Okay, so continue. Covering the so we said the tablecloth should be designated specifically for Shabbos. So everything that we use, we say this is for Shabbos. This tablecloth I'm going to use only for Shabbos, of course, holidays. Tables that are used only for the weekday activities, such as work tables, need not to be covered. Or you have your desk where your computer is, so it doesn't have to be covered. Continue. Though it is mentioned in the Paskim that one should set the table on Erev Shabbos, one may set the table before Friday as well. I mean, if they work like they must work for whatever reason, they must work on Shabbos or on Friday. So I would suggest, okay, you can prepare on Thursday. Okay, so continue. Shabbos dishes. It is the best to have special set of dishes for Shabbos. Inexpensive paper goods should preferably not be used. If one would have an important guest, he would not serve him as in inexpensive paper goods. And Shabbos deserved the same honor. So basically, I mean, the Rabbi explained very, very simply. So just imagine that you have very important guest. Would you put a paper place for him? Like some people, they would use only paper plates because they don't like. I mean, in some instances, for example, when you have many kids and you don't expect your wife to wash the dishes, right? That's a little too much, right? Especially if you have 5 kids and all of these plates from fish, from meat, and the forks and the knives and this and that, it's too much, right? So in some cases. If she wants to wash, if you have a dishwasher, no problem. If you don't, so basically, man has no right to force his wife to do like some extra. So for her, it's going to be a burden. If you have a dishwasher, that's it. There is no problem. You can buy the regular dishes, right? The China dishes. But if not, don't use the cheapest plates. So you use like some with decoration stuff like that, some like better quality, at least if you want to use. If you have many people, if you don't have many people or many guests, so you must buy very good dishes, and they don't like where we live. They don't cost so much, and if you're smart, if you buy in the right place and the right time, they even cheap. Okay. Okay, so continue. Number 4. tasting food prior to Shabbos. One member of the household should taste each of the Shabbos foods before the Shabbos to see if the foods need any further preparation. There is, however, a custom that each household member tastes a different Shabbos food before Shabbos. This custom is alluded in the Musaf of Shabbos. In the words, those who taste it will merit life. So on Shabbos we have additional prayer. So in when we had the Beis Hamikdash, we have I think 2 additional lamb brought on in honor of Shabbos. So now we have maybe 1. I don't remember. I don't remember. I think I would say probably 1 extra. Okay. So and in memory of that we pray Musaf. So extra prayer on Shabbos. And it says in that Shmona Esrei, right? Those who taste it will merit life. So what does it mean? That we must taste all of the foods. So maybe it requires some salt, maybe it requires some seasoning, this and that. Maybe it's too much salt. So what if it's too much salt? What exactly are you going to do on when the holidays, when the holiday or Shabbos starts? So before it starts, you can fix it somehow, right? So that's the thing. One person tastes it, or everybody tastes it. That's according to the custom. Continue. Baking Challos for Shabbos. So Challos, we said in our Halacha class, right? Loss of the blessing class. We said what? There is one word that is used for 2 different things, right? The same word challah means, as everybody said, the bread, right? The bread that we use for Shabbos, it's bread, and challah is a piece of dough that we separate from the dough batch, right? It's a biblical obligation. Okay. So challah is a bread, and challah is a small piece of dough. Okay. So all right. Continue. Baking challah for Shabbos. Introduction. The Rema rules that the baking challah for Shabbos is a mitzvah and worthy practice. Indeed, it is a time-honored custom for a woman to bake challah loaves for Shabbos. Baking challah enhances honor of Shabbos. So, meaning you cannot compare this homemade bread with whatever you buy in the supermarket. Many years ago, so we were buying the bread, right, from supermarket. All is good, it's puffy, it's tasty, stuff like that. And once, I don't remember how it happened, like we have extra loaf of bread, and it fell between the chair and the stand. Okay, and we discovered it a few weeks later. So a few weeks later, guess what? It was still soft. It had a little mold on the side, and that's it. So basically, I was like, how much of the preservative did they add in there? You understand? So at least we also, in addition, we have to consider that it's not healthy. Whatever they do, it's not healthy, right? So bake your own bread, bake your own challah, and it's, as Rema says, mitzvah, a worthy practice. Again, if you have time, if you're able to bake, if you're not able to bake, that's a different story. Of course, buy and enjoy. Indeed, it is time-honored custom for a woman to bake challah, loaves of bread. But all of these women that we taught to bake challah, they thought no, they would say, I never baked in my life and this and that. But after a few tries, they love it. Baking challah enhances the honor of Shabbos. So basically, she did it or he did it, someone with his own hands. It's a big deal. Additionally, when baking challah, one must fulfill the mitzvah of haftaras challah, taking challah, right? So as we said before, so now we're talking about this taking the piece of dough from a big batch. Okay, this custom, this atones for the sin of the Chava. Right, the first of all women, because Chava brought about the demise of Adam, the Chala of the world, who came into being on Friday. So let's try to understand. So we know the story. It was Adam, the first man. It was his wife Chava, right? and she did whatever she did. She gave him to eat from the fruit of knowledge, and that's why they got kicked out from the Garden of Eden. And after death, this event, the death was introduced to the world, right? And even HaShem said, you're going to die. So he did not die immediately. He died, he lived, if I remember correctly, 930 years. That's how long he lived. But the death was introduced. So basically, how it was introduced, with what Chava did. I mean, we blame her, of course, right? It's easy to blame a woman. So, and since Adam was the first man of the world, right? So he's called Chala of the world. So Chava is the first thing, right? The most important. So now Chava and all of the women have to fix this issue, right? Whatever they did, not they did, but Chava did. So they have to take the Chala from the dough, right? Adam was created on Friday, and she also, of course. Not Adam, man Adam is referred to the Chala of the world. Since the creation of man rendered the world worthy of existence, he was the purpose of creation. Therefore, the comparison is drawn between Adam and Chala. Okay. Only once Chala has been designated is the dough fit for use, just like once Adam came into being, the world was fit for use. So what does it all mean? So we're saying here that the whole world was created for the purpose of man. So there is so the famous question asked why man was not created in the first day, right? So one of the answers, there are many answers, but one of the answers. So the HaShem had to prepare the whole set, had to create the earth, the water, the everything, the plants, the fruit trees and stuff like that, all of the animals, and only after that create the most important thing, like after everything is ready. That's one of the explanations. That's why man was created the last. Okay. So let's see if we can finish this chapter. So I apologize. Okay, a little more. Continue. When to bake, right? So we're talking about challah. When to bake? It is the best to knead the baked challah on Erev Shabbos. So the best, of course, Friday. I mean, the fresh bread. What can you compare to the fresh bread? Nothing can be compared, right? If this is not possible, so usually I would tell you from experience, it's not possible. I mean, person who has a lot of free time, yeah, it's possible. But for other people, we just freeze. We would bake and freeze and then warm up. Unfortunately, that's what most of the people do. If this is not possible, then the challah should be baked on Thursday. Okay, preferably on Thursday night. So when Thursday nights, it's already Friday, right? If the above is not possible, the challah may even baked in the beginning of the week. It should be noted that the baking Haloshon on Shabbos is not an absolute obligation. I mean, you can go and buy. Right? And if it is difficult for a woman to bake her own Halos, she may buy them from the bakery store. So this lady, this poor lady, she has to clean the whole house because her husband is working, right? And she has kids. And now if he's going to ask her to bake challah, he's already crossing the line. If she said that's what I want to do, there is no problem. But basically, one of the very important principles, we cannot be, as said by Rav Israel Salanter. I apologize. I remember. So Rav Israel Salanter, who started the Musar movement, so he said you cannot be religious or extra religious on the backs of the other in the expense of your family or other people. So you want to do extra, okay, do on your own. So you want to be extra strict and bake your own house, you bake. So don't dump on your wife that she's going to bake, right? Okay, continue. Baking every week. Even a person does not need to bake enough dough every week to require separation of the challah without a bracha, right? There is a dough containing minimum of 2 pounds, 10.5 ounces. So it's almost 3 pounds, right, of flour. One would need 4 pounds and 15.2 ounces. I would say 5 pounds to round up, right, of flour in order to separate challah with a bracha. So let's try to understand what we're saying here. So as we said, or we did not say, I don't remember which class I said what, but in order to separate this challah piece of dough from the dough batch, right? You need a minimum. Let's say I round up, right? Let's say 3 pounds, but it's less than 3 pounds of flour, not the dough, of flour. So it's a lot. It's a lot of dough, right? And with a blessing, almost 5 pounds. So usually, where we live, everywhere in the US, they sell the flour like standard packages of 5 pounds. So it's a lot. 5 pounds is a lot. So, and for most of the families, it's too much, unless there are many people and they like bread so much so they can eat it. But for most of the people, it's too much. So what they do? So women, our holy wives, in order to say the blessing on the separation, they would do the whole batch of 5 pounds, right? And they would freeze the dough, right? And just bake as much as they want, as they need, right? And then freeze the dough, or they would bake a lot, all of the 5 pound batch, and then freeze it, and then warm up when needed. So that's what I said. It's not practical on Friday, unless a huge family, unless. Okay. So continue. Some poskim rule that it is better to bake challah every week. So meaning that you're not going to do the mitzvah of separation challah, do every week. Since baking challah every week brings honor for Shabbos, it is better to bake a smaller amount every week without separating challah. Okay. Even if at the beginning of the week, then bake larger amount once few weeks and separate challah. See Orah of Shabbos lends a discussion of this Halachos. Okay. So some say, in honor of Shabbos, maybe do maybe do only once a week. No, not on Friday, right? Others say, no, we still want to say the blessing. We still want to say the blessing on the separation of the challah, and they do only like once several weeks. Okay, so I need like 7 minutes to finish. Part number 6: additional preparations. Aside from cooking and heating the food on Shabbos, other kitchen preparations should be seen to as well, in order to avoid halakhic questions. Following are some suggestions. Okay, it's only like the list that we're going to read, but we're going to expand on them in the duration of this book. Opening cans, bottles, packages, and boxes can be problematic on Shabbos. So open whatever you need to open, whatever you're going to eat on Shabbos, open before Shabbos. It is best to open these before Shabbos to avoid any halakhic issues. And as we discussed in a different class, it must be a lot of halakhic issues, right? With all of the packages. Doesn't matter. It's cans or it's cookie packages. B. Tuna salad, egg salad, chopped liver. Making tuna salad, egg salad, chopped liver, and other such a mixture of Shabbos can pose Challos regarding the prohibition of kneading. It is the best to prepare those foods before Shabbos. So just remember, we're not going to give any details. Tuna, egg salad, and chopped liver. When you make a salad and becomes one mass, that's the problem. Okay, C, light bulb, fan, and digital readout in the refrigerator and freezer. One may not operate refrigerator or freezer on Shabbos if the light or fan with the digital read out will be activated. Right? Before Shabbos, one should remember to disconnect the light bulb or disable the fan. Okay, so I think I'm not sure. Maybe new refrigerators that have fan. I have older one, but for sure there is a button that when you open the refrigerator, it's going to turn on. So what we do, we just put tape, this paper tape over the button, and it works fine. Right? So you're not allowed to open the refrigerator door if there is light is going to go on. Next one, blech and knobs. If one has a hot food on a flame, he should remember to set up the blech before Shabbos to cover the knobs. So the blech, as we mentioned in one of our previous classes, so we're going to discuss it here in all of the details. It's a piece of metal that covers the flame, right? Next one, E, peeled vegetables. If one plans to serve fruits or vegetables, they need to be peeled with a peeler. One should take care it before Shabbos. So this peeler is a special instrument to separate bad from good. So there is a prohibition of butter, right? So if you want to peel it with a peeler, before Shabbos. If you want to do it on Shabbos with a regular knife. Okay. Next one, F, diced vegetables. If one likes the salad vegetables diced in very small pieces, it should be cut before Shabbos. So here, also a problem, we cannot cut too finely anything. Okay, next one, G, Motzei food items. If one has a Motzei, so all of these things, we're going to discuss Beezrat HaShem in all of the details, all of the prohibition. I just given you the summary, not me, the book gives you as the summary. Okay. Motzei food items. If one has a Motzei items, for example, flour, blocking necessary food items, for example, matzah, in a pantry or in a kitchen cabinets, it is best to move them out of the way before Shabbos. So Motzei, food also could be Motzei. Motzei is something that we said set aside, right? That I'm not going to use on Shabbos. For example, since I cannot cook on Shabbos or bake on Shabbos, so I cannot, so this flour, raw flour, right? It is 100% Motzei for me, so I cannot move the back of the flour. Okay, there are exceptions, but that's the concept of the Motzei. Or raw meat. I'm not going to eat raw meat on Shabbos, and I cannot cook, so it's also Motzei. Or raw fish, anything. Likewise, if one has a Motzei food, for example, yeast. Okay, yeast is what I'm going to do in the yeast. So it is a Motzei. Blocking necessary food. So basically they say, so since you're not allowed to move it, so move it to the side so you can get access to the things that you need, right? Blocking necessary food. For example, challah, right, in the refrigerator. So yeast we keep it in the refrigerator or freezer. It is the best to move them to the back before Shabbos. Okay, so just move preferred so you can have clear access to the things that you need on Shabbos. In addition, if one has only Motzei food, for example, raw barley or a raw gefilte fish. I mean, if it's raw, you're not going to cook on Shabbos. In the door of the fridge or the freezer, it is praiseworthy if it does not entail too much effort to move the foods out of the door of the fridge or the freezer. So they say, okay, if it's possible, I mean, to put it maybe like on the back of the shelf. Okay. So all of the foods that are raw and we cannot cook on Shabbos. Okay. Next, last one is a tea essence, right? If one planning to serve tea on Shabbos and does not have a tea, instant tea, he should remember to prepare tea essence before Shabbos. Okay, we're going to discuss. So here's the first. So we just hit the difference between Ashkenazi custom and Sephardic custom. So according to Ashkenazi custom, you cannot cook tea, right? Meaning to put the hot water over the tea leaves on Shabbos, right? So that's why we prepare the tea essence. What is tea essence? So before Shabbos, you put a lot of these tea leaves tea bags, whatever you want to do, and put water. So not a lot of water. So it's very concentrated, very strong. And then on Shabbos you put hot water, a little of this tea essence, and you have yourself a tea. So according to this Sephardic custom, they actually can do it in a third vessel, right? So if they have from the urn, hot water urn, so it's first vessel, then another cup, in a third vessel, they say there is no problem. Okay. So, but Ashkenazi custom not to do it. That's it. So we can stop here. So any questions on any subject, please feel free. Everybody can ask any questions, whatever you want. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have a few questions here. For example, can I do Maariv from a smartphone on Shabbos when it's about to start immediately after sunset?
No, let's step back. So Maariv on Shabbos, it's Maariv you pray only after the Shabbos ends. So whatever time in your location Shabbos ends, only after that you can start Maariv. But since Shabbos ended, right? So you just said you have to say, blessed is the one who separated the holy from mundane, from secular. Sometimes they say secular, right? And then you making this with this statement, you make a separation. So you said, for me, Shabbos is over. I'm still going to do Havdalah, right? Separation on a candle, and I'm going to drink some beverage. I'm going to do it later. But for now, since I want to use the smartphone. Yeah.
So I don't understand, because if on Shabbos Maariv, you already are going to say the Amidah that is for weekday. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. No, what's up, sir? In the fourth blessing of the Amidah, there is a Havdalah. So if you see there is Havdalah like in a gray box, so they say that's what we say on a Shabbos night. It is true when Shabbos ends. I agree with you. But before you start, before you say this word, you have to turn on your phone, and you're not allowed. And we said before that Shabbos continues until you said that's it, it's done. Time is no matter. You have to say, okay, Shabbos is over. You have to say it explicitly, Shabbos is over, at least for now.
So what would be the ideal time to say Maariv on when Shabbos
Right.
is about to start?
Exactly. Okay. So you have to look at this application that I sent you, this myzmanin.com, and it says like 3 times when the Shabbos ends. So you can go by the most lenient one if you want. It's by us. I'm not sure about you, so I don't want to, like in US approximately there are three opinions the most followed. So one is 45 minutes, one is I think 52 minutes, and one is 72 minutes. So the 72 minutes is the most stricter. So that's what our custom is. We go by 72 minutes. But basically, many shuls, they go by 45 minutes, and it's there is nothing wrong with that. You understand? So after this 45 minutes is over, when it's in this application, it says in myzmanin.com, the Shabbos is over, even the most lenient, so there is no problem. You can, this lenient is halachically approved.
So, but I don't get this, because on weekday I am pretty sure you say Maariv directly after sunset, or there is another time.
No, you're right. Yeah, 100%. That's what we do on a weekday. But on Shabbos we say still it is Shabbos until the nightfall. Even though when we accept Shabbos, you're right, 100%. We accept before the sunset, and from sunset until the nightfall, sometimes it's 1 hour. You're right, 40 minutes or whatever, like very long period of time. Depends where you located in a globe. I agree with that, right? But still, the 100% Shabbos, according to everybody, it's with a nightfall, right? But this from a sunset until the nightfall is a questionable time. We call it Ben Hashemashos. Maybe it's day, maybe it's night. We do not know. And since we know the punishment for not keeping Shabbos is a death penalty, and it's biblical, in all of the cases of the biblical prohibition, we go to the stricter side, meaning stay away. You understand? So that's why we not only do it before the sunset. In the US, for example, we do it 18 minutes before the sunset, just to make sure if you're 1 minute late, 2 minutes, 5 minutes late, you still have enough time to do everything before Shabbos. In Israel, in Yerushalayim, the candle lighting, I think 40 minutes before the sunset, because they're closer to equator, so the sunset like this. And where I live, you go to the Shul, the sun is still there for like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, you still have. You understand? So that's why you cannot assume things. So when I say time, I say by me, but you must check what is the time by you, wherever you live. You understand? So even in as we said before, so you can continue Shabbos until what? Until Tuesday. So all of this first 3 days of the week, they connected to Shabbos. So unless you did Havdalah, it's still Shabbos. You're not allowed to do any activities that are prohibited on Shabbos. So you must do Havdalah. You can. There are two Havdalahs. Since we're on the topic, I want to give you a little more information. Right? There are two Havdalahs. One is Havdalah when we say the blessed is he who separated holy from secular, right? Okay. So when you say that, you can do all of the activities. You can drive your car. You can turn your light, turn off the light, heater, wash with hot water. There is no problem except eating and drinking, right? And similar Havdalah, you're going to say, or similar different wording, you're going to say in the Maariv. When you pray Maariv, you say, as I said, in the fourth blessing of das, that you bless HaShem, that you thank HaShem that He gave us understanding. So you thank us for that He gave us understanding in Shabbos. Okay, that's it. You finish Maariv, everything is good. Then there is separate obligation to make a blessing on the candle, the actual candle, the actual wine, right? If you don't have wine, you can do it on beverage of the country. And beverage of the country, I mean, in your country, it could be tea, could be coffee, it could be some special drink that you can invite your neighbor for, right? So, I mean, special juice, whatever.
I want to ask something about that, about the.
So let me finish. And the third thing that you make blessing on the bisumim, meaning on things that smell good. So, and only after this Havdalah, right, you're allowed to eat and drink. So basically, technically, if you're going to fast after Shabbos, if you're planning to fast, you can do Havdalah on wine, at least on without the candle and without the bisumim, on Tuesday until the nightfall. You understand? So that's why just because the time is over does not mean that that you can do whatever you want. So that meaning that you cannot turn your phone or turn your computer until you do some sort of Havdalah.
So about the national drink, if you have an open beer can you open it for Havdalah? Because it's not clear if this Shabbos ended or not.
Exactly. So still you need to say this line or pray this what is it? It's Maariv. So it must be some kind of Havdalah, because we just said that there is a problem with opening the containers. There's a problem. So you have to say some kind of Havdalah, and then you can open and pour the beer. Yeah, beer is a good example. So, but I would say we have to check with beer, because beer is not always kosher, right? So, for example, we know in US, beer from the big US manufacturers, right, that does not have any flavor, like regular beer, regular, whatever they call it, regular flavor, it's kosher. But all of the imports from Europe, they say it's questionable. So unless we know that it is kosher, it is not kosher. In a sense, so you have to do your research and see what people do. So usually every country has a list for the tourists. Sometimes Chabad would have, if you go to Chabad of that place, right, they would have the information for tourists, and there you can find the list of the food that does not have a kosher stamp, but they're actually kosher to eat. Okay. Next question, go ahead.
Another is, so the minimum time to jump into the car to pray Maariv is 45 minutes in Shabbos.
So that's what I say in my place, but it depends where you're in the globe. They like where you the southern side, northern side, so side it depends. So you have to check this application. I just said for where we live.
So it would be better to wait the better after 45 minutes.
Okay, so the strictest opinion that all of Hasidim hold and other people who wants 72 minutes. 72 minutes. That's it. So basically from 45 minutes, 72 minutes, not a big difference. And especially for people who goes to Shul, so they in the Shul where I go, they start after 45 minutes. By the time we finish all of this Maariv, and by the time I come home, it's 72 minutes. You understand? So for me, I mean, it's easy to keep. For others, maybe it's a little harder, but for me, it's easy to keep.
So there, for example, can you arrive to the Shul on a car, or you will call a Mechalel Shabbos?
It depends what time they start. So some shuls that they extend the Shabbos. So they have this meal, the third meal of Shabbos, and they would extend. They would sing song and tell the story, tell Torah and stuff like that. It would go like after like in another 20-30 minutes. So in this case, of course, some people did not come for mincha. Usually people come for mincha. We pray mincha, then we go eat, and then we pray Maariv. Right, so it depends. In this shul that I go specifically, they start on a dot. So as soon as Shabbos ends, like I don't know, like 5:55, they would start 5:55. Immediately they start Maariv, which is, I mean, according to Halachos, they're not breaking any law. But in other shuls, they still sing songs and they'll still sit around and stuff like that. So in this case, yeah, if Shabbos is over, you say the blessed is the one who separated holy from mundane, and you can sit in a car and drive. There is no problem. So even though you did not pray Maariv, you have don't try it at home, but basically you have until the morning to pray Maariv. There is no problem, and until the sunrise. I mean, don't do it. I mean, the sages say you're going to go to sleep. I'm a little tired. I'm going to wake up in 2 hours. Guess what? You're not going to wake up in 2 hours. Guess what? Don't do it. But technically, if you know that you're going to wake up before the sunset, the sunrise, dawn, not the sunrise, before the dawn, you can still pray Maariv.
Last question: if you can eat matzah outside Pesach?
Yes. So here's the thing. So here's another difference between Sephardic and Ashkenazi community. So since different people are watching, so I have to say it. Right, so Ashkenazi custom always say Motzei on Matzah. Motzei meaning we say that it is bread, so that's bread. But Sephardic custom is not like that. So they say Barei Minei Mizonos, right, the whole year around, and only on Pesach. I don't remember exactly, only the 2 nights of Pesach or the whole Pesach. This I don't remember. We have to clarify. But for sure, during the Pesach Seder, they say the blessing of Motzei on the Matzah. Yeah, there is no problem. So some people eat the matzah, they might love so much, they eat all year around. The only thing that I would suggest say you must stop for sure 30 days before Pesach. Right, so any other questions?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Okay. So if no other questions, so thank you very much. Good night till tomorrow, Beezrat HaShem, same time.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.